MLMs are really a cult designed to suck you in. You are the product. I don't like it when people in a position of power prey on those that are weak or vulnerable. Say goodbye to the 9 to 5. You don't need it, Ben. An online business lets you work when and where you want, giving you the freedom to design your own life. It's a lifestyle, Ben, not just a job. An online business isn't just about work. It's about crafting the life you want. Pursue your passions and live on your own terms. DM me if you're ready to change your life for 2024.
Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Bergs podcast. I'm Ben, your favorite high school dropout and founder of Collective Shift. Alongside me is Bergs, your favorite MBA and COO of Collective Shift. Join us as we bring you world-class crypto research and strategies to help you dominate this crypto bull market, as well as behind-the-scenes view of us scaling a fully remote crypto subscription business in Australia. And today we're talking about MLMs, multi-level marketing, and how they are basically built as a Ponzi scheme to suck you in, get your money, get your friends' money, and they make all the profits and you lose all your money and lose all your friends' money and you've got no idea what's going on. And this was born out of, just a 2024, I guess, vision of filtering the nonsense content that is out there today. So many more content creators creating content, and there's just so many more of these fake entrepreneurs, fake people, selling this idea of success and living the life that you want to live when they themselves are not living that life. They're creating an artificial online presence to make you feel a certain way, to buy their course or buy their product when it's all a bunch of nonsense. And the reason we know this is because the only real way to give advice that is genuine is through stories and experiences. And it's something we try to do here on the podcast all the time. But yet you'll notice for a lot of people that they don't share from experiences or stories because they don't have any experience or stories. They're just selling you the pipe dream that they've been fed and are now selling you. And Bergs, you and I both have some people in our feeds recently that seemingly are listening to the same people because it is cringeworthy.
Mate, my Facebook and Twitter have exploded with these. First of all, the fake entrepreneurs that come through and are trying to sell you something, that are experts in an area that have done basically nothing with their lives, have no proof of work apart from what they post about themselves. They can't point to a thing and you can independently verify it. But also, so many people I know on particularly Facebook have joined MLMs and they're just posting madness about it. I don't know if there's it went nuts during COVID, now it's gone nuts again. I don't know if it's the interplay with AI, but mate, these people are in and it is absolutely shocking. And I want to go through this and give you some stats on MLM. So Ben and I know what they are. We know the numbers behind it. And the general numbers are from a few studies that have been done. Only 25% of multi-level marketing participants turn a profit, while the FTC reports that 99% of MLM participants lose money. There's a recent AARP study that finds the numbers aren't as stark as that. It found that 25% of those surveyed made a profit. Just remember, $1 is a profit, while 27% broke even. And what bothers me the most is I don't like it when people in a position of power prey on those that are weak or vulnerable. And you see this over and over again. And MLMs are really a cult designed to suck you in. You are the product. They've got things called downlines. You have to work incredibly hard. You have to buy all this stock, right? So you make someone else money. And then eventually if you work really hard, you'll get a car for a month. But if you don't hit your targets, you won't get the car next month. And it is so crazy. And you go to all these events and it's it's some swanky hotel and everyone's eating nice food, not knowing that you're actually going to work and be paying for that, right? All that seems amazing, but these people have to keep working. And you just see, Ben, the original person and the next person under that, they earn 1%, and the next person, this is pyramid forming. And the reason it's not clarified as a Ponzi or a pyramid scheme is because they have a product involved. And it's when you do the numbers, you see it clear as day. I saw this on a podcast of I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi, where someone was stuck in there and she was sold. She's like, I've got 700 people beneath me. This is happening, that's happening. I got this car. And he's like, yeah, but look at what you're doing. You've convinced all of those people. None of them making a profit. They're losing money in order for you to gain a little bit of money. He ran the numbers. He's like, you'd be much better off just working a minimum wage job. It was so eye-opening. And you were telling me just before the pod, you got invited to one of these, Ben.
I got invited to one of these. This was probably, 6 or 7 years ago. I was doing my sportswear business. A buddy of mine was like, man, you need to come to this dinner. There's a bunch of entrepreneurs. There's this new opportunity. I'm in it. I'm making money. Like, it's just going to be huge. It's like, okay, cool. I'm in. Came across the dinner and sat down with this group of people. And I just remember just walking in. It was a dinner. They paid for the dinner, walked in, and, I got handed all these products and this fancy, pamphlets, like these booklets that was all laying it out, and it showed you how much money you could make and the tiers you had to get to. And if you hit these targets, this is what happened. There was no explanation about how the referral program worked and how there was people above me. And there was a lot of questions I had walking out afterwards, but the way they made you feel was like, this is your opportunity to get out. This is a great product. They were like nutrients or I don't know what they were. Vitamins.
It's like Herbalife or something?
Yeah, something like that.
That's a big one.
Herbalife, it was like a Herbalife competitor.
Yeah.
But to start, you've got to buy like $500 or $600 worth of of these tablets, right? And then you buy the product, and then you can start to hand them to other people and get other people involved. And the more people you sign up, the more money you make. And I was like, hold up, how does this work? And then I'd start to question, like, well, who's above me? And then it just get really blurry. No one would really answer the question. But there was.
And then how many people do you have to sign up? And then you get to a point where there aren't enough people on Earth because you have to sign up so many people.
And this was in like Launceston. I'm like, okay, well then if you're above me and then like that's above me there, like what does that how high does this go? And I remember going home. I think I was like 17 at the time and explaining it to Dad, and he's like, yeah, mate, that sounds like Ponzi.
Exactly, man. And like you just tweaked my memory, and I remember going to a dinner with a mate of mine, and he, to be fair to him, he told me about like what it was before I went to dinner, so I wasn't like surprised. And I think I've heard from a lot of friends where it's like this random person from high school will ask you like to catch up for a beer, and I'll be like, oh, it's MLM. And he went through it, and it was like a subscription thing. I think it might have been like some Amway kind of thing. He's like, oh, but you can get it cheaper, and you can get your Coke delivered, and your toilet paper, and like Sandra Bullock's in it. It's legit. They make so much money. I'm like, oh, bro, like I hate to tell you, but like, look, I just did like back of the napkin math. I'm like, look at all the money you're making here. It's like if you just worked like at McDonald's, you would make more money. And he was just like, he still really believed it because they sell you so hard on it. And Ben, you're gone?
No, they sell you as a cult. It's a community. It's a group. It's a way out. It's like, join us, join this movement. What you don't want a life of, abundance, and you don't want to spend more time with your kids, and what you want to work with your 9 to 5. Like they hook you in and they prey on the weak, mate.
So this is what revved me up. I'm going to read you a post now that I saw on Facebook from a person who will remain nameless. This is what they've written. Ever wondered what financial freedom looks like? Imagine this. Earn while you rest. With an online business, you can make money even when you're not actively working. Pass it on. Your online business isn't just for you. It can be a legacy, Ben, for you and your family. Imagine, Ben, passing down a source of income to your children. Work on your terms. Say goodbye to the 9 to 5. You don't need it, Ben. An online business lets you work when and where you want, giving you the freedom to design your own life. It's a lifestyle, Ben, not just a job. An online business isn't just about work. It's about crafting the life you want. Pursue your passions and live on your own terms. In a nutshell, an online business is a pathway to a simpler, more flexible and fulfilling life. It's not just about making a living. It's about creating the life that suits you. DM me if you're ready to change your life for 2024. Now, Ben, you run an online business. What is it like running an online business? Is it all of those things?
Nothing like that. It's far from that. I've been doing this for 7 years and I've never had a day like that.
Mate, it is. This is not what an online business is. Like, and let's just remove the online part, okay? Because people get sucked in and they do these posts where it's like, just work in your pockets of time. Like, you're a stay-at-home mum or stay-at-home dad or a carer. Oh, you just need 15 minutes and your phone and you can earn from anywhere. And think about what you could really do in 15 minutes and what you are earning, how long it would actually take to build an audience. What are you selling? How is it working? It is unbelievable.
Well, that's what they're not selling, the business or the product. They're selling the lifestyle. They're selling the results, and that's what so many people get sucked into. And, and that's why they're prey on the weak because, or not the weak, but it's like the people that need that, or really
the vulnerable.
Vulnerable, that's the word.
Yeah. And it's people that are, they might be stuck in a certain position. They might want a better life. They might be aspirational, but they might not have the knowledge to see through what this actually is. And then you've got this person that does it, then your friend does it, and another friend does it, and they bring you in. And then it's like, oh, we'll just give you the product. You just do it at your house once. Oh, then do it again. All of a sudden, you bought all this stuff. You bought into this life. You're using this language, and you're like, oh my God. And mate, this is the cream on top. This is just another post. There are thousands of these posts. Ben, what is it costing you? Ever stop to think about the choices we make in life and what they're really costing us? Number one, time with loved ones. Are we spending enough time with our family and friends? Those precious moments with the people we care about are so important. Number two, relationships, Ben. How are things in your personal relationships? Are you making an effort to keep those relationships strong, or is life getting in the way? First of all, MLM is going to ruin your relationships. Number three, health. Are you taking care of yourself, Ben? Is it worth thinking about how your lifestyle choices affect your health physically and mentally? Without this, you have nothing. Career and finances, life satisfaction, it goes on and on. At the end, are you ready to make a change? Comment, I'm ready below, and we can chat.
Well, this is what I remember, man, back in 2018, we went around the country and did crypto conferences, and there was this lady that had signed up, her and all of her friends, to BitConnect. This was before BitConnect really came out as a scam. She signed up all of her friends and family, hundreds of people, right? She was one of the biggest referrals. And then all of a sudden, the Ponzi collapse, it goes to zero, and you've lost everyone all of this money. And I've met these people in real life, and it's like someone's got in their brain and twisted their thinking to believe that this is the way out, this is the future, this is what life looks like, this is what they need to be in. But yet it's just all nonsense.
Mate, if you have to sign someone else up for you to make money and there's downlines, that is not a good business. That is just weird. The deals that do work are affiliate deals. If someone out there signs up someone to my business, I'll give them a 10% referral fee. Great, that works. A one-off fee, that incentivizes both sides. It works because I don't have to spend money on advertising. Great. But when you have to sign people up, they have to buy a product, they have to go out and do an activity, and you take a cut of everything that they do. And also think about the effort you have to put in, and go and question those top earners. How did they get to 2,000 people below them? How much effort did they have to put in? How much do they have to put in now? And how plausible is it for you to get 2,000 people under you? What would you have to do?
And also, what is the product? Are people signing you up and selling it to you because of the product or because of the revenue opportunity? That's really the thing you got to think about. Is this product actually good, or is it just this whole big ecosystem of everyone trying to make money and they're just selling a nonsense product?
This is such a good point. If you have a brilliant product, why would you sell it door to door and person to person? You would do that because you need face to face, which is the highest level of communication, and generally high pressure sales tactics. A lot of this is not like this. When Avon started back in the day, it was a way for women to be able to sell makeup door to door. And it was a thing to, empower them and, sell that product. They specifically chose that model because they wanted it. I don't know about Avon nowadays, but back then it made sense. But if I've got a cracking product, am I going to get people to sell it door to door? Or am I going to go to Coles or wherever and get huge distribution? There is something to be said. If you look at, I don't know if Thermomix is an MLM still, it might be, but a high pressure thing, a high ticket item like that's $2,000 to sell to someone at a normal store is very, very hard. You need a demo, you need the sales tactics, you need to convince them to buy it, right? But I can't think of a model where your product can't be that good if you need high pressure face-to-face sales.
And also, again, they're I'm just looking at, my version of the person you just read out on my feed. It's all about starting your business. Are you ready to start your business and start the life that you want to live? They've got a discount that you should just get access to it. And listen to these products, man, the Success product pack, the Overachiever product pack.
Oh, I definitely identify with the Overachiever product pack. But even with this, do you notice what they do? They talk about the life you could have, right? And they activate that emotional part in your brain to think about and make that, to try and make a rational decision, but using the emotional part, I want to be there. They don't tell you what it is. This particular person drove me nuts because I saw it and I'm like, what is it? I'm not DMing you. I don't want to know. So I ended up looking at the people that liked it and commented, and then found the website, found out what it was, and I was like, this is horseshit.
But I believe that's how they're taught to sell it. Don't give information out. Don't say the price. Do private calls. Like what? Like what? You know, like
it's weird. It's like keep it a big secret. Get people interested. Get them in the door, and then tell them what it is. And when you find out what it is, you're like, oh, that's weird. But by that time, you've been to 5 events. They're now your friends. You've now bought stuff, and you're in.
Because that's the thing, though, man. They're not selling the product. They're selling the like you said, the vision. They're not talking about what's in the product and why it's beneficial. They're talking about how much money you can make. Look at the numbers. Look, if you sign up 5 people, you could be earning this amount a month. You could quit your job. Imagine what you could do, how much time you could spend with your family. It's all bullshit.
And if you are considering joining an MLM, ask the person that's trying to sign you up, can you give me 10 other people that you have signed up? Go and talk to them and ask them, hey, you signed up 2 months before me. How's it going for you? How much have you spent? How much money are you making? Get them to show you the receipts. Because a lot of people, this happens a lot in investing. Like a lot of people lose money in business. Most small businesses close. A lot of people lose money in investing. But when you ask them, they'll tell you how much money they're making. It's great. It's this, it's that, because they don't want to admit that it's not working out for them. But ask them, be like, how many people have you signed up? How many hours do you spend? How much have you made?
You just made a great point, mate. Like this is the epitome of, you know, of the society that we live in. And it's kind of sucks and it's sad, but like people put on a front. I've done it before. Like, geez, you rock up to events and people ask how you're doing, and you're like, yeah, things are great, but you know, you're actually running out of money. You haven't seen your family in a month. You fucking haven't slept. You're depressed. You're sad. But you won't say that. You know, do you actually genuinely start a business so you can have more time with your family? Well, you might have that as a motivation, but is that reality for 5 years? Absolutely not. In fact, it goes down for like the first 4 or 5 years.
It's weird where we look at the people that have been in business for 20 years and the lifestyles they have, but we don't look at the 20 years where they didn't see their family, their significant other hasn't spent time with them, they don't even know what their kids' names are. Like they've missed every birthday, every, you know, school thing. Like you don't get those rewards and be able to spend heaps of time with your family and have a successful business. You have to choose what you're willing to sacrifice.
Mate, you hit the nail on the head. And I've seen, as I said, this happens in crypto as well. There's another group I'm a part of, and I see this all the time, and I'm like, oh my God. And these are the you know, the referral people that are, you know, making this money. They put out posts like, you know, I'm looking for the next person to become a millionaire. Who wants to, you know, finally not, you know, work the job that they've hated for their life and actually change the trajectory of their family. I'm looking to work one-on-one with you to change your life. Like, comment, let's get started to take your first step on becoming a millionaire. Like, fucking give it a spell.
Please choose me. I want to be a millionaire. You see it a lot in trading groups as well. A lot of people get wrecked. I joined one recently, which was a FIRE group, so financially independent, retire early. I used to like look at those groups and learn some stuff. I've changed my mentality since then, but I'm like, oh, it popped up, so I joined it, and it's literally a calls group, and all people are posting is, oh, I started off with like 19 grand 2 months ago. Now I've got $48,000, and everyone's like, oh my God, how'd you do that? Oh, I joined the WhatsApp calls group. How do I join it? Oh, DM this guy and they'll get you in, and then you have to pay, and on it goes. It was
Mate, that's my favorite. The screenshot of the Stripe returns of the revenue, but they haven't shown you their ads account where they've spent $100,000 on ads to get $20,000 of revenue.
This is it. Oh, okay. Let's get into it now. So when you see the rich guy with a Lambo, right? You see what they're driving. You don't see the debt side of the equation, and you don't see their income either.
The credit card.
Yeah, exactly right. So it's like, let's say we got 100 grand in sales. Everyone's like, oh my God, you're $1 million in sales. Great. Yeah, but you spent 10 mil on ads. Oh, and by the way, those sales were comped 50%. Oh, and now you've got all refunds as well. So you actually
and yeah, they're refunded. Oh, and by the way, you're getting sued because you didn't actually deliver a product.
Yeah. This is exactly it. So what we're trying to say here, folks, is first of all, with anything you do in your life, have some scrutiny and independent thought, especially when it comes to investing and MLMs. And MLMs are really an investment in your time, as is a job. Like, make sure these things are as legit as can be. And if you don't understand it, first of all, don't do it, or get the opinion of someone who does, or ask people that have been in it for a while and get a wide range of opinions.
Yeah, spot on, man. Couldn't have said it better myself. And if you want to start a business, get after it. But, you know, just know the upsides and downsides to what you're joining, you know, and there's a big difference between, you know, signing up and selling someone else's product to then sign up more people to that product to create revenue for the person that just signed you up versus starting your own business. Like, don't get sucked into that dream, of those results. And I see that as well, like on a more like real level, like even trading and trading bots and like these automated algorithms, like, it's sales and marketing. People are like sucking you into the dream of making automated income, like, passive income. It's like 99% of it is a bunch of shit. If someone genuinely had an algorithm that made money while you slept, why on God's green earth would he be giving it to you?
100%. Why would you sell something that printed money? You would keep it for yourself because it just works. You wouldn't have to run ads. You wouldn't have to sell another product. You wouldn't have to do. But Ben, you got to understand.
Why would you sign up people to have to do customer support, mate?
Because Ben, they're so rich now. They want to give back and they want to do it out of the goodness of their hearts, Ben. You know what they're probably doing? They've probably got a bot that counter trades what you do, and that's how they make money, as well as you paying for it.
That's literally Robinhood. It's like, let's sign up a bunch of people, make it really like exciting to like buy your own stocks and buy your shares, but let's actually just counter trade through a market maker and know all the data that you're buying and just make a spread of your trades.
Yeah, we're going to sell the data, payment for order flow. It's a legit name. And we're going to give it to all the big boys so they know exactly what you're trading, what you're buying, and they can front run your trades.
Yeah, but it's fee-free trading and no spreads. Oh, yeah, okay.
Cool. Yeah, it's fee-free because you're the bloody product.
Now, that's the key right here. You are the product. At the end of the day, Facebook, MLMs, Robinhood, whatever it might be, you are the product. Just remember that.
Yeah, there's no free lunch.
Guys, let's wrap it up there. Don't do MLMs. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe if you like the podcast. We're going to be coming to you each and every week, twice a week, 2024, giving you the beans, giving you what you need to know so you don't lose money in this nonsense marketing Ponzi schemes. Hergs, I'll see you next time.
Mate, we're saving the world. Thanks, champions.